first portion of our competition is the Wetland Ready Wear, where our contestants will come out and strut their stuff, and we'll learn a little bit about them. Our first contestant, let's welcome Beaver La Resistance. Beaver La Resistance knows that when you're in the middle of a resistance, it's important to be prepared for anything. Here, she represents her district in armor ready for the arena. Whether in the meadow, helping her fellow beavers build community, or in the wilderness, fending off predators, she works to make sure every beaver has a chance to be heard. Her tail, while primarily made of practical material suitable for the field, includes some important bling. The Rebel Alliance symbol shines in honor of General, formerly Princess, Leia Organa, who said, "I feel like because I can fight, I have to for those who cannot." And I think you might be the same way. Thought typically not aggressive creatures, beavers can resort to biting if they're under attack. For this reason, Beaver La Resistance likes to sign off with the beaver tooth salute to remind those at the Capitol that we remember how to use our teeth. Do it with her if you stand with all beavers against tyranny. Yeah. Let's learn the beaver tooth salute together. Stand up, everyone stand up to learn the beaver salute. Make 2 beaver teeth with your index finger. Very good, very good. And middle finger, and place them in front of your mouth, waggle your teeth, and then raise them high. Liberté, égalité for eternité. Viva la resistance! Welcome next, the Cowardly Beaver. The Cowardly Beaver wasn't always this way. Once he was the kahuna of the creek, the wizard of the watershed. Fauna loved him and flora feared him. He roamed up and down Ellerbe Creek, where his tail was much admired for its bold tassels and tasteful composition of earth tones. He swam through waters kept pristine by a cavalcade of volunteers. He built lodges and dams with all natural, locally sourced materials, and he frolicked with lady beavers under the moonlight. And then tragedy struck. There was an incident involving a 6-pack of plastic bottles, 3 Canadian geese on holiday, and a retired trapeze artist. To this day, the Cowardly Beaver can barely bring himself to read the newspapers that first reported the details. And ever since, his self-respect and courage have been missing. His first step in rehabilitating his confidence was to join the Bottom Line Burlesque and Comedy Troupe. There, the ladies treat him just like a brother and insist on playing dress-up. The highlight of this Wetlands look is the tail, which is donned in a formal style as befits the beaver about town. It is a shiny, vibrant green, reflecting his love of nature. The 2 points reflect the dual natures of Ellerbe Creek. There are trails for humans to travel and restored areas for wildlife. Ladies, gentlemen, and beavers, you can help restore him to his former glory. You can help him re-find his confidence. Let him know that you forgive him that dalliance in the park. Let him know with your votes and your applause. Make Cowardly Beaver the people's choice for Beaver Queen 2017, and he will change his name, he will change his life, and he will change the Ellerbe Creek watershed. Well, folks, we are in the presence of royalty today. Please welcome to the stage our next Wetlands Ready Beaver, Sir Fur Eddie Mercury. Since he was a wee beaver kid, Fur rocks and trees to build boring old dams wasn't as fabulous as he had secretly craved. Sure, he loved wood and all, because every beaver loves wood. But Fur Eddie wanted more. He wanted to dress up. He wanted to show his teeth, gallivant, strut, and let his tail down. Fur Eddie had a voice. Fur Eddie wanted to sing. Fur Eddie's story begins decades ago in a quaint little beaver lodge located underneath what is now the nauseatingly oversized and pothole-riddled parking lot over yonder. You know, the one outside of Harbor Freight and Big Lots. The youngest of 7 beaver siblings, Fur Eddie was clearly cut from a different cloth. His tail was from day one the laughing stock of the stream, sequined, trimmed, and tooled on one side, radiantly bedazzled and bright like a golden sun on the other. Poor Fur Eddie was shamed into concealing and tucking his massive tail so that the other judgy beavers wouldn't ridicule him. His paradoxically shy yet flamboyant demeanor made him few friends around the lodge. Their conservative views and expectations were just too much. Fur Eddie knew that he was suited to be a queen. A beaver queen. One night, he swam far from the lodge with nothing but his gork tail and a bundle of sticks on his back. He sang his way to freedom, eventually becoming the brains behind such beaverific household hits as We Are the Choompions, Beaverian Rhapsody, Another One Bites the Wood, Trees Are the Days of Our Lives, and Fur-Bottomed Girls. Let's slap our tails for the one, the only, the infamous Fur Eddie Mercury. She gleans, she preens, she cleans, she greens, and she wants to be your queen. She's Glinda, the good beaver. For those who don't know, gleaning is the act of collecting items that have been discarded by others and putting them to good use. True fact. The dress you see her wearing tonight, fashioned by Glinda herself, is festooned with garbage. Garbage that she personally gleaned out of our beloved beaver marsh. Like green beans steaming in the microwave, wearing a dress made out of plastic in 95-degree heat gives Glinda an extra edge, an extra je ne sais quoi. This glamorous gleaner's always hunting for a good find. She knows all the sweet spots for the things that people leave behind. In a swamp or in a thrift shop, you'll find her at leisure. One beaver's trash is another beaver's treasure. She's got magical powers when it comes to conservation. Her upcycling skills are a major revelation. Beaver bedazzling has never been so much fun. You should see what she can do with your favorite glue gun. Glinda is a mini splendored beaver, a metal detector, a magic collector, beautiful thing inspector. With fashion like this, she's a beaver lover's dream. There's no place like home, and she's gonna keep it clean. Glinda, the good beaver. Let's welcome Rhee. Rhee Ellerbe might be the dirtiest, sneakiest beaver in the marshlands. He moonlights as a lobbyist for the tin mining faction of Puke Energy. And Phil likes it dirty. Dirty creeks, dirty lakes, dirty meadows. He has no qualms about dumping toxic tin ash into our beloved waterways, and in particular, Ellerbe Creek. He feels environmental protections are completely unnecessary, stifle our economy and kill jobs. He does not believe in climate change and sees it as a hoax. Phil's tail is conveniently made of trash that he gets out of neighbors' recycling bins. That way, he always has garbage handy to throw in the creek when he is out for a walk. He doesn't want to see plastics and cardboard get reused. That would be a waste of perfectly good trash. Besides, he has a tarnished reputation that he has to uphold. Nobody beats Phil at being the trashiest beaver in town. Phil is a staunch conservative who has never eaten a meal without his wife, who he creepily refers to as Mother. He considers himself a pious and clean beaver, but we know he is one of the sneakiest and dirtiest. The only way to stop him is to vote for Rhee. So let's do it and make sure we stop Phil. Boo! I mean, yay! Please welcome our last but not least Beaver Queen contestant, Platypussy Galore. Platypussy Galore is not your average mammal. The adopted child of a strong beaver family, she's fierce, strange, beautiful, and always keeps her figure after childbirth because she lays eggs. Ms. Galore was discovered by her parents, Ted and Katie Lodger, in the fabled Australian city of Schnoz. By day, she's a fashion model, and by night, she works for Her Majesty Beaver's Queen Secret Service. She began her modeling career in 2003, and her ample duck-like bill now graces the covers of fashion magazines such as Big Tails, Bill's Gone Wild, and Maxim. She's been seen on TV shows such as Real Housewives of Ellerbe Creek County, and in her infamous tape with the late, great Steve Irwin in 2014. Or 4. She keeps her kids close by wearing her egg nest as a headpiece. Her gold two-piece swimsuit is an homage to her life as a double agent with gold-webbed finger. Her water firearm was gifted to her by James Pond. And her stunning, blindingly gold opera tail shows the judges this mama ain't messing around. Thank you, Platypussy Galore.